Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another book vlog. Today we're going to be doing a 24-hour readathon. Yay! So I'm going to be doing this slightly differently from how some people do it. I've seen people do it where they, say start at 8 a.m. and then they finish at 8 a.m. the next day. I value my sleep too much, and also I don't want to just not do anything other than reading in the day. The first person I saw do it like this was Emmy, and she does it where she normally on a weekend starts on Saturday morning and then does it over the Saturday and Sunday. So pauses the time when she's, say, not reading. And this is how I want to do it, because like I want to do some form of exercise today. I think if I'm just sitting down all day I will go insane. I need to get out the house, so that'll be a little stop. Also, again, means that I can stop it to go to sleep. So it's currently Thursday. I had thought do it Thursday, Friday, but I've now got plans tomorrow. Nothing crazy, I'm just going out for lunch. But obviously I wasn't going to say I can't go out and doing a 24-hour readathon. So I might have to go into Saturday a bit. I am working Saturday morning, but I finish at 11. So we've got the rest of the day to just finish it. I will try not to go into Saturday, although I probably will have to, but only like maybe 3 or 4 hours. So we're going to start right now. It's before 9 o'clock. 9 a.m. so I am ready to go. I've kind of got a list of some of the books that I want to read. I'll tell you. So when I'm filming this, it's currently March. You won't be seeing this in March, but it is March when I am filming this. So I've still got my March TBR to get through, and I've actually done a really good job. There's only 3 books left, and one of them is capcut, which I think after this video I'm going to start reading the capcut series and then vlog that. So we're ignoring that. So then other than that, I've got Deep End and Lost and Found. I think I want to start with a Kindle book. I don't know why, I feel in the mood to read on my Kindle. Those two definitely I want to do, because then after this video, like I said, I'm reading capcut, which will take me to the end of the month. So if I want to get through my whole TBR, which I would like to, because that's what the TBR is there for. Then the other one's Body Check by Elle Kennedy. I had never heard of this book before, but it was recommended to me on my Kindle. It's kind of old of hers, but it was on Kindle Unlimited, so I downloaded it. Slow Burn Summer. This is an ARC that I received. It's by Josie Silver. And then First Time Caller BK Borison. This I've heard a lot of people talk about, and it was 99p on Kindle the other day, so I got that. And Forget Me Not by Claire Allen. This is a mystery thriller. And The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. Again, mystery thriller. So I've thrown a couple of those in there. Then Summerbird Blue, which I have on paperback. I actually don't know what this is about, but I do have it on paperback, and I thought I'll add a couple of paperback ones here. So Deep End and Summerbird Blue are my only paperbacks, but also I don't have to stick to this. This was just in case I'm kind of not sure what I want to do. That's it. I'm going to start reading. Here is my timer. So you have to set it for 23:59:59. You can't do a 24-hour timer. So here we go. Let's start it. So yeah, like I said, doing Lost and Found. 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, it's 2 hours later. This book is going so fast. So I've been reading for 2 hours, well, slightly over. I don't know if you noticed in the time lapse, I forgot to start it, probably for 5 minutes though. I've read 242 pages. This book's going so fast, because obviously like I'm actually reading, I'm not skipping it. I'm also reading every word, but I've read more than 100 pages. I was about to say a minute, more than 100 pages an hour, which like usually I read around that, but I'm reading this so fast. It's okay. It's an easy read. It's set on a ranch, cowboy, which I did not know. I actually did not know much about this book. It's been on my TBR for so long. I didn't really know much about it. It was on my March TBR because it was the ugliest cover. I'll insert the cover so that you can see how ugly it is. It's so ugly. So yeah, that was why I picked it up. But it's the type of book that, yes, obviously it's on my TBR, but if I was to just randomly pick up a book, I'd have never picked this book up, which is why I like doing things like TBR videos and reading vlogs where like something's randomly generated, because it makes me read books that I wouldn't have picked up otherwise. Because this is probably, I don't know, 3.75 stars-ish. 4 stars, 3.5, 4 stars. It's good, it's fine, it's nothing incredible. The main girl likes to be she's like, oh, I'm just so weird, I'm such a freak, and it's like, shut up. I hate it when books are like that. I hate it when the main character's constantly going on about like how they're really weird, because it's like, well, yeah, you might be weird, but just be weird. There's no need to keep bringing it up, you know. But it's fine. I mean, I'll finish it within the next like hour and a half. It's fine. There's nothing too exciting. I think I'm gonna go on a run now because the weather is so nice. I didn't pick a very good day to do this because look at that sky. I could always read outside. Oh my god, I could always read outside, I guess. But yeah, I'm pause the timer. So I've done 2 hours. It's 22 hours left. That's so much. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to update you, let you know. I will update you when I finish the book, and then I'll give you my thoughts. But then at the end, I'll probably give you my thoughts on every single book that I read. But it's going well. I'm glad I picked this book to start because it was nice and easy. I feel like if I read a really slow book, you know, some books like just take longer to read, they're just slow reads. I think if I'd picked that up first, it would have just not set the video off right. So I'm glad that I did this. Okay, I'll speak to you in a bit. Hey guys, this camera needs to be brought high. I'm so sorry. I have finished Lost and Found. It was okay. Wow, I look so strange. But I finished Lost and Found. Let's have a look at the timer. Guys, I've still got so much to go. I read that so quickly. I've done 3 hours and 10 minutes. So yeah, now what am I going to read? I don't think I want to do Deep End yet. You know what I really want to read? Body Check by Elle Kennedy. I don't know what it's about, but just, I don't know, I really want to read an Elle Kennedy book. I feel like that is a good readathon thing. So, okay, it's 286 pages. So that'll be like a 3-hour thing, I think. Yay, let's get started with it. Here we go. I actually don't think this is in a series. I'm just going to check quickly, but I don't think it is in a series. Which is interesting, an Elle Kennedy book not in a series. But I'm also feeling like a Frida McFadden book. I read a Frida McFadden book yesterday. I feel like I want to read another one, honestly. I don't think this is part. It was published in 2009. That's crazy. Oh my god, she's got so many more series. Maybe I should start reading these. Like there's an Out of Uniform series. Let's actually get into reading. It's later. I finished the book. I don't know why I didn't speak to you, but I didn't, so I'm so sorry. Okay, here we are, 17 hours 42 minutes. So yeah, being like 3 hours, just over 3 hours. It was fine. It was kind of boring. It's definitely the worst Elle Kennedy book that I've ever read. I was just like, what? I was bored. Also, it wasn't in first person, and I don't know, I just don't really like reading books in third person. No, it's got to be done well when it's in third person, and I feel like romance books, I quite like them being in first person. Sometimes a thriller or a mystery, I like being third person because you've not got one person's thoughts like leading you astray and you can form your own thoughts. But in a romance book, I prefer first person. So it was fine. Nothing to write home about. So yeah, I've got 17 and a half-ish hours left, which is okay. I feel like I don't know if I'll quite be able to do 5 more hours. I would like to get as close to 12 hours as I can though today, because then I just have to do less on Saturday because I know I won't be able to read as much tomorrow because I'm going out for lunch. So yeah, the next book, I'm pivoting slightly, doing a thriller, Forget Me Not by Claire Allen. I've never read a Claire Allen book, but I hear that they're meant to be very good. What? Why can't I speak? I hear they're meant to be very good. So I'm gonna read. I'm probably gonna be eating my tea soon anyway, so I don't know how long I'll read for. And then I'll just settle down, maybe get in my bed and then just read for the rest of the night. But I am enjoying it, although I feel like because the book was boring, I was starting to get sleepy. and I don't want to get sleepy, which is why I'm picking up a thriller, because I won't be bored by this. Although I will finish this before I go to sleep, I hope. It's about 350 pages, so definitely finish this before I go to sleep, then maybe start another book if I have time. I'll probably read till like midnight because we want to try and get as much time in as we can. But yeah, I'm glad that I'm doing it this way. There you go. I will update you when I've read some of this, let you know my thoughts and all of that. Hey guys, editing me popping in here. So the next clip, you'll be able to see later in the video, I was very confused because I was like, why has the time not gone down enough? Well, the next clip will show you that I was doing a time lapse and the timer, I just didn't even resume it. So basically, this is why, and this clip was at least an hour. I put it in time lapse on my phone, so I actually can't check how long the original footage was because it like time lapses it for you. You can't see how long it was meant to be. So this is why I lost time, and then I also forgot to start it at another point, I think. So this is why I probably read for like at least an hour and a half, if not 2 hours long as I was meant to, which is why I managed to get through so many books, spoiler alert, but also why the time just like doesn't seem to go down in this next bit till I go to sleep, because I can't remember what it goes down to, but I feel like it's like 16 or 15 hours when I go to sleep, which it shouldn't have been like that. It should have been like 12 or 13. So I'm so sorry. I mean, it's more entertaining for you got more book content, but that is why I need to just be better at I don't even know why I didn't start the timer. I clearly thought that I had, because like I was filming and I kept putting my screen on so that like, because my computer kept turning itself off, you know, like putting itself to sleep when I didn't move the screen. So like I kept putting it back on when I noticed, but I didn't even notice that the time wasn't going. Anyway, such a long tangent. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Hey guys, I've read 200 pages of Forget Me Not. I'm really liking it. It's reading quite quickly. I'm like, yeah, I need to check my timer. Guys, I didn't resume it. That's okay. I think I've read for about an hour since I last stopped it, and it's on 17:15 right now. I'm gonna just put it on for 16:15. Okay, so I've got just over 16 hours left. Because I paused it around 8:30 and it's now 9:30, give or take about an hour. It doesn't really matter if I'm a few minutes off. But yeah, I am gonna keep reading for the rest of the night, but this might be the last update. I don't know. I just thought I'd let you know. It was leading me down a lot of different paths, so I like that. Yeah, I really liked it. I did. I have not like fully processed what I'd rate it. I just marked it as 4 stars on Goodreads. Now reading The Real Deal. So we've read 3 books within 9 hours. That's crazy. That's actually really fast. So we've got, I feel like I shouldn't have resume it when I told you about it, but I feel like I must have forgotten at another point because I feel like I should have less than that. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm now gonna read The Real Deal. I think it's about a girl that used to be famous. I don't know, it was on Kindle Unlimited, it sounded good. So I think I'm gonna read a little bit of this before I go to sleep, but then I'm gonna go to sleep because I don't want to be tired tomorrow and rather just sleep now. So yeah, I might read for like half an hour, and then yeah, it depends how much I get into the book because there's some books that are hard to get into. So if it's like that, then I'll just stop and try again tomorrow. But some books are easy to get into, so I will. But yeah, that's it. I will speak to you in the morning. Hey guys, it's the next morning. Let's resume. So how long did we have left on the timer? Like 14 and a half hours. That's crazy. Obviously I won't be able to do all today, but here we go. Where's my book? Here. Let's resume. The Real Deal is kind of giving that they're auditioning to be in like Dance Moms. It's kind of giving that vibe. So yeah, I've read 36 pages. Let's start. I won't be able to film me doing it as a time lapse because I need to charge my phone. Hey guys, long time no see. I've not really updated you because I wanted to just be reading instead of talking to you because I ended up being out a lot longer than I thought I would be, which like obviously I was having fun. So I've currently got 9 hours left. I just realised that, you know, yesterday when I said about me pausing it, I think I'd paused it for a lot longer because I don't think I ever actually started it after eating my tea. So I think we've probably got about 8 hours left, but I'm just going to stick to this because why not? I finished The Real Deal, guys. I love it. If you want like a gossip drama filled, it's kind of Dance Mums, but it's this school where they're teaching them to dance, act and sing, and they're wanting to make them famous, and there's 6 girls and you follow the main girl, Belle, and it's just like drama. It's set in London. It's kind of Magnolia Park's Gossip Girl kind of drama, but also the girls are, well, you're in 2 timelines. You're in the past timeline when they were started as 12 and then they go up to when they're about 15, 16, and then you're in the present 10 years later. So it was just so good. And in the present they're filming kind of a 10 years on reunion of the TV show, and something had happened that had made the TV show stop, and it was to do with Belle. So yeah, so good. I had not seen anyone talk about it. I had really liked it. I've given it 4 or 4.25 stars at the moment on Fable, but I don't know, it could change. That was just kind of the one I gave it straight away. But yeah, I've now started reading Want to Know a Secret by Frida McFadden, another thriller. I just think that thrillers are going to be the way to go at night. So, which sounds crazy, but it's more, they'll stop me being tired. So yeah, this, I definitely have less. I've definitely read for more than 15 hours. I've read 4 books now and then 100 pages of that. So I'm just going to keep reading for the rest of the night. It's currently 8:30, so I have a while left. I am working at 8 a.m. tomorrow though, so I have to wake up at 7:15, so I can't read too late because I want to not be exhausted. So I'm hoping to get to 6 hours, read for 3 more hours. I don't know, but that's so long for tomorrow. I have plans tomorrow because I need to do things. Whatever. I definitely, next time I do this, which I will, as long as you enjoy me doing this, I will make sure I try and do it over 2 days, and I will better at timing it because I know that I forgot to resume my timer a few times yesterday, even if it was for only like half an hour period. But I feel like I've definitely read for an hour longer than this, so never mind. There's nothing you can do. I think also it's hard because I do read fast, so I'm like, well, how have I read that many books that fast? But yeah, whatever. This book's about 400 pages, so it took me 4.5, 5 hours. So I've read for about an hour of it. So yeah, 9 hours left. Well, just over 9 hours. I will speak to you, updating you about the book. But yeah, I'm like it already. It's very gripping, shall we say. finished it. One thing about free books is that they will go fast. So I've now got 7 hours 20 left on my timer. That is good. Yeah, I don't know. I think the book's like 3.5 or 4 star. I'm not sure exactly what, but I guess I need to decide what to read next, don't I? What do you think, everyone? What do you think? Little Brow's probably a romance book. I'd rather read on my Kindle though than a paperback, which means that I won't have read Deep End. Never mind. I don't know. I might be able to start Deep End at the end of the video. If I've got 7 hours left, I'll finish one more book, then maybe be able to start Deep End. I don't know. What should I read? I might read Revenge Puck by L.A. Hart. I think do I have this as a thingy? An ARC. Came out on the 16th of Jan, but I think I did receive it as an ARC. That's it, I'm gonna start reading it. It's a hockey romance, that's all I know. It says it's 360 pages. Update you when I've read more. I'm gonna go and brush my teeth and then settle into bed. But keep reading. Wow, I look a mess. It's the next day. I've been working with you, so that's why I haven't spoken to you yet, but shall we update? I literally look a state. I did not wash my hair today after work because I'm there again tomorrow. We have got less than 5 hours on the timer left, which is good. I'm 60% through my book, Revenge Book. It's okay. It's like maybe a 3.5 star. It's hockey romance. Yeah. But I'm just, not even that I'm sick of it, but like I want to not have to feel like I need to read, because it's almost ruining the enjoyment, because I'm like, well, I need to read. But I'm just going to keep going. It says on here that if I keep going, I'll finish, because it's currently just after 4 o'clock, because like I said, I was working, and then it's Mother's Day tomorrow in the UK, so I had to then bake for my mum, and I was reading whilst everything was in the oven and everything, but obviously whilst I was baking I couldn't really read. So that meant I finished just after 9 o'clock. I'll stop it to go and eat my tea, so probably 9:30, 9:45 I'll be done, which is good. I don't know what I'm going to read after this book, because I will have time for one more book. I don't know if I want to read Deep End, because I don't know if I'm getting to the point in the video where I'm kind of not even sick of reading, but I don't want to read a book that like I know I'm going to really enjoy, because I don't want to risk not enjoying it. So I might just pick another Kindle book. It kind of makes it a bit easier reading on my Kindle. So yeah, but how many books have I then read this video? Is this my 5th one, I think? Because I read the L. Kennedy book. I read The Real Deal. I read I literally can't remember its name. I know exactly what they're about. I read the Frida book, which was Want to Know a Secret. Then I read the book, the other thriller, Forget Me Not. Oh my god, and I read Lost and Found. Is this my 6th book? What? Want to Know a Secret, The Real Deal, Body Check, Lost and Found, and Forget Me Not. Oh my god. I think it's because I've been reading books that are all under 400 pages, but I still read so many books in this video. Oh my god, that's crazy. For some reason, Goodreads doesn't put them in the order that I read them, because I read Lost and Found first, didn't I? And then I read Body Check, and then I read Forget Me Not, and then I read The Real Deal, and then I read Want to Know a Secret, and now I'm reading this. Yeah, okay, so this is my 6th book. That's so crazy. I feel like the first day I was just reading so much, a lot more than I thought that I would. Proud though. So yeah, but I am thinking maybe another thriller. That will be fast-paced. Maybe not a Frida book. There was one that I'd written on my list, because I kind of skewed from my list. So still on the list is Deep End, Slow Burn Summer, First Time Caller. Again, First Time Caller, I feel like I'm really gonna like that book. I don't want to have it as the last book. And then The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. I might read that after this, because I think that's a thriller. I don't really know what it's about. I think she's meant to be a bit like Frida style, but I've never read one of her books before, so I'm excited. But yeah, I'm going to get back to reading. settle on the bed. I've relocated. I wasn't quite happy on the chair. I finished the book though. I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought that it was fine. Like it was a typical kind of hockey romance. A lot of smut, a lot of anger, hockey angst, should we say, fake dating, you know, to try and get revenge on like the hockey player's enemy, you know, like it's such a common trope and we know, like it just, yeah, they're predictable. Obviously I did still pick the book up, like I knew it was gonna be, I knew kind of what the book was about, but I thought it was good. It is on Kindle Unlimited. I did receive it as an ARC, but it did come out in January. I just didn't read it when I got it as an ARC. I didn't read it straight away. I didn't realize it had already come out, so yeah, but that is it. I've got just over 3.5 hours left. I just paused it so I could talk to you, so basically just enough for one more book, The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry. I actually have no idea what this is about, but I'm excited. I do like reading a thriller every so often. I try to mix it up, as you'll be able to tell in this video, and if you've ever watched like my reading wrap-ups, I tend to throw in a few thrillers every so often. Maybe read like 2 or 3 romances, then a thriller or a mystery. Just switches things up a bit. And I know that when I'm into fantasy, because I'm going to start ACOTAR after this readathon's over, that will also be it's just good to mix your genres so then you're not getting sick of it. And yeah, like if I want a quick book, a thriller's normally going to do that for me, especially because I found authors, especially like Frida, who like are very bingeable, and I've heard that Lucinda Berry is a very good thriller author, very similar to Frida. So if that pulls through, I'm very excited because Frida has so many books. We need to talk about the fact that that woman releases a book several times a year. It's crazy, but yeah, because she just released one. Is it called The Crash? And she's got another one coming out really soon as well. She just never rests, and it's crazy. But the thing is, like, sometimes they're predictable, but also in all of her books there's always at least 1 or 2 things that I could never have seen coming. There's always a few things, like you kind of know the way the story's going to go, but some of that you don't know how it's going to get there. She is incredible. I really love her. Yeah, The Tenant is the next one. When does this come out? I'm sure it's like September, October. I've not read The Crash yet. Oh my god, May. Yeah, that's even crazier. So when did The Crash come out? The Crash came out January 26th, and the next one comes out on May the 6th. That is absolutely insane. I'm gonna download The Crash right now. Can always read it after this video. Yeah, she's absolutely crazy. I'm obsessed with her. Yeah, I've read so many of her books. Oh my god, how many books have I read? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read all of them. I really love her. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm going to keep reading and resume my timer. Hey guys, it's the next day everyone in my house is asleep. I've got the mini mics out to help with that so I can speak quieter but you can still hear me. I fully intended on filming this earlier today, but I've just been busy because it's Mother's Day right now, so I've just not had the chance to film because I worked earlier today. Then by the time I got back and showered and everything, my Nala was here, and then we had tea, and then we just chilled as a family, and it's been very nice, but it just meant that I couldn't update the vlog, which obviously I'd rather spend time with my family. Sorry guys. So I'll just quick summary now of just my final thoughts, what I thought of the readathon, and also my final thoughts on each of the books. So here we go. I've got Goodreads next to me because I just wrote everything down so that I won't forget anything. So the first book that I read was Lost and Found by Nicole Williams. I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was a good classic cowboy romance, small town. It was a good, easy, fun read. I definitely enjoyed it. It was nothing groundbreaking or special. I will say that the main character, and she was called Rowan, I did not quite enjoy. I've had this issue before. The first book that comes to mind is If He'd Been With Me, where the main character is almost weird, quirky in, quotation marks, which obviously fine, and I always say this, there's no issue with that. It's the way that they make it their whole personality and they constantly bring it up, and it's like, we could have kind of just read between the lines and worked out that maybe that's the crowd that you're in, but instead you bring attention to it, and it's kind of giving, I hate to say it, pick me vibes, which I try and avoid saying that term because it's just annoying, but that feels like the only right thing to do, and obviously that's such a small part of the book and it didn't really bring my rating down. I will just say that was kind of one thing that really bugged me, but it was a really fun, easy, fast-paced read. As you saw, I read it very quickly, didn't really connect with the characters, but I feel like that's just the nature of this kind of reading challenge where you're reading things so quickly. Not even that I'm rushing the books, but more I'm reading them in one sitting, so I'm not sitting and thinking about it. Say if I read it over a few days where I'm reading an hour a day, I'm sitting at night, going to bed, thinking about the characters and the books, so maybe forming more of a connection. So it could be that rather than the book's fault. I don't know, but it was still really good. Then after that, I read Body Check by Elle Kennedy. This was definitely my least favourite Elle Kennedy book I've ever read, and I think my least favourite book in this video. I gave it 2.75 stars. I struggled connecting. I always feel like I have that issue when a book is in third person, not first, especially a romance. I feel like thrillers and mysteries can be done very well in third person because it does add that layer of mystery. I think I did say this. I'm getting deja vu right now. So yeah, it was good, but yeah, I think the whole third person thing kind of just disconnected you from the story slightly, and obviously that's kind of a minor thing. And at one point in the story, I was trying to change the pronouns to be like me, I, me, my, we, I. Every so often I would do that, which kind of helped, honestly, but also obviously I wasn't going to read the whole book like that, but it was actually quite nice doing that. But then the characters felt very self-centered. I don't even know. So yeah, enjoyable, quick, fun, easy hockey romance. Again, read it very quickly. If you want hockey romance that's on Kindle Unlimited, go for it. I mean, it's nothing special, but it was fine. And then I read Forget Me Not by Claire Allen, and this was a 4-star. It was my first thriller of the video, and I did really, really enjoy it. It was my first Claire Allen book, and I just thought it was really good. I wasn't expecting everything, and there was, I guess, the person that ended up being the dodgy one, because you obviously find out who it is in the end. I had my suspicions, but also it was never that clear, and so that's a good thriller, where maybe you're led down different paths and there's lots of things to believe, and I really like that in a thriller, so it was definitely a good thriller. But yeah, other than that, nothing too much to say. I mean, I feel like I kind of covered this type of thing earlier in the video, so I don't want to kind of dwell on it too much, but easy, fast-paced, fun, well, maybe not fun, easy thriller. Everything I could have wanted out of a thriller I got. I don't too often rate thrillers like 5 stars. It's got to be really shocking. This wasn't too shocking, but it was so enjoyable. Obviously it wasn't pleasant as in the actual content, but it was enjoyable as in it's so hard. I didn't obviously have a good time reading it, but I did enjoy it. Or it's not a good, nice topic, but the read was good, and I'm just going to leave that there because I feel like I'm going in circles. And I read The Real Deal, and I will say I love this book. So good, 4.25 stars. it is kind of Dance Mums and Gossip Girl. I haven't really watched Dance Mums properly. I've watched bits of it, so it probably is just like Dance Mums full stop, but there's so much drama, which I know obviously there was in Dance Mums, but it kind of gave Gossip Girl in that manner, but younger Gossip Girl, because they were 12 when they started the show, although in the present day they are 26, so I guess older than the Gossip Girl characters. But it kind of just, I don't know, something about it gave Gossip Girl, maybe because they were in London, which obviously New York, London, different, but they were going to different parties and events and premieres, you know, kind of Gossip Girl-esque, I guess. But it was so addictive, I could not put it down. I just was obsessed with it. Really, really, really enjoyed it. No notes, so good. Then I read Want to Know a Secret by Frida McFadden. This 3.75 stars. I did really enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I think I've read a lot better Frida books. It might be one of my least favourite Frida books, but still really good because her books are just consistently good. Also, I got my retainer in and I can feel my tongue clicking against it, so I'm sorry if that's picking up on the mic. I'm aware of it now and it's really annoying me. It was still really good, lots of twists and turns, lots of secrets, kind of a bit. So there was, the main character was getting anonymous text messages, kind of threatening, showing things that maybe other people shouldn't have known. And yeah, it was good, don't get me wrong, but less shocking. But also I think it, actually, when did it come out? I'm just going to check. I've already checked that in this video. I feel like it's, I don't know, 2022? 2021, okay. And if you think Frida releases so many books, that is quite, for her, an old book. Over 4 years old. I know in the grand scheme of things, that's not an old book, but for Frida, she's had so many, so obviously she's going to improve, you know? Then Revenge Book, which I gave 3.5 stars. I thought it was, I've read that storyline a lot. That was my kind of main thing, you know, where the girl gets with the opponent, the guy that her ex hates, who's on another team, and they have a rivalry, and anytime they play, they get into drama and they get into fights. It's such a classic story that is written so many times, and don't get me wrong, it's enjoyable. This was done fine, you know, a bit of fake dating. It was an easy read. There wasn't too much kind of craziness to it. I enjoyed it. I don't know. It was fine. At this point, I was kind of, it was why I didn't read Deep End, because I was getting to the point where I'd read so much in short, oh my god, lisp is coming through. I'd read so much in such a short amount of time that I just was getting to the point where nothing was exciting me. But then I read The Perfect Child by Lucinda Berry, and this was my last book by this author. I thought it was crazy. It just, I honestly still no words. I gave it 4.25 stars. It was, I've never read a book like it. I really haven't. It was just so many twists and turns. I just like, my mind was just blown, and I felt just so many different feelings, and I felt sick at some of the things. It was horrible, but I don't know, pretty graphic. I will say, for every single thriller, if you are sensitive to certain things, look them up, just because, you know, maybe the crimes that are committed are described often in graphic detail. I would recommend it because in thrillers, it is just part of it that there's a lot of, you know, I don't even want to say it because YouTube will take the video down or at least kind of restrict it, but just a lot of themes that come with thrillers, if you know what I mean. Lots of situations that happen. So that's all I'm going to say, because, yeah, I will say, if you're sensitive to certain topics, maybe thrillers aren't for you in the first place, but if you fancy reading a thriller, which I do recommend if you think mentally you can handle it, that sounds bad, but obviously there's some topics that people just struggle with, and there is nothing wrong with that. That makes complete sense. So just please look up trigger warnings if, and for any book, honestly, if that's the type of thing that you need to do. I do say every so often, when I flag a book that really kind of, I know has maybe a common trigger or something, or has a lot of different triggers, I will flag it. Or if it's something that maybe, not even that triggered me to the point where I didn't want to read it, but it was sensitive to me, I will often tell you, just because then you can look it up. But obviously I can't warn you for every book. Maybe some things kind of, not even that they go over my head, but some things that they're just so much not triggers to me that I don't often consider that I need to give you a warning, if that makes sense, because at the end of the day, it's not my job to give you the warning. If I can, I will try my hardest, but sometimes I don't pick up on it, or maybe forget to tell you, like, after I've read a book, if maybe I read it a few weeks before I'm recommending it or whatever. So yeah, that's just a crazy side note that I kind of went off on such a tangent. I'm going to leave this video here. I really hope you enjoyed it. I honestly really enjoyed filming it. It just really showed me that when I want to read, I can. Obviously, I put things to the side, like I wasn't doing a lot of things that I would ordinarily do, and there's a lot of catch up I need to do this week now. Like, I have a lot of YouTube videos to edit. Because I wasn't editing for 3 days, and then I've also got this video and a lot of videos that need to go up. So it's not the type of thing I can do, say, every week, but if you would like me to. I'm sad that I couldn't do it over 2 days, but honestly 3 days, that's still on average 8 hours reading a day, which is a lot, and something that a lot of people can't do. And I'm very fortunate that I'm on a gap year, and yes, I have a job, but it's, well, I guess not even part-time. It's 0 hours. I have 2 regular shifts a week, but then I pick up other shifts, and then this being one of my jobs, you know, obviously I'm getting paid to do this right now. Not very much, because my YouTube is still small, and then obviously TikTok, which again put to the side. So it's, yeah, obviously not complaining, but what I mean is I'm very fortunate that I can do this type of video, and I have the time to, because it's not realistic. So I hope you live vicariously from me. But also, you could very much, I'm sure Sarah Caroli, and I'm butchering her name, you know her, she did a video reading for 24 hours, but she did it almost over a week, where she just set a timer, saw how much she could read in a 24-hour period, which anyone could do. It's such a fun idea, just seeing kind of how much you read, and I was so shocked that I read so much. I am a relatively fast reader. As I said in this video, I was reading pretty short books. If I read fancy books, it'll be a different story. You know, they're 500-600 page books, which obviously then take a lot longer. And maybe, like when I read Bride by Ali Hazelwood, that was, I don't know, was it 400 pages? It read so much slower than another book, not because I didn't enjoy it, but just because I fancy it. Not even that it, well, yeah, it does require more concentration, so you're really taking your time. And not even that I rush other books, but more, I'm just able to consume it quicker than a fantasy, at least at the moment. So yeah, I've now been filming this clip for 13 minutes. I hope I can cut it down. But yeah, if you made it this far, comment down below the book emoji, like the book pile emoji. I love you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.